Good evening, race fans. It is time for some SMB3 Randomizer tournament brackets run. We are going to be featuring two extremely good racers, and I cannot wait to see how this goes. We have just gotten the runners off tonight, so get your guesses into chat as to which world you think is going to come up first. I think we're going to have an incredible race tonight, and I think we got to start it all off with World 3, Wendy's Wicked Whirlwind of World 3, and I can't wait to see what happens. So we just got our runners off. My name is Growlwolf. I'm going to be on the comms here with you tonight. JonnyLink versus DemonBattler in a Group C matchup. This is, without a doubt, I'm sorry, not Group C, Group E, as in everybody get in here. It's time for some SMB3 Randomizer tournament action. And this is going to be a great one. This is really going to be a great one. We've got JonnyLink currently at a 1-3 and DemonBattler at an 0-2. But that just really goes to show how powerful and fast this community is, because both these guys are extremely good runners. And I cannot wait to see exactly what they do with this. So all the action going to be coming to you live right here on Gaming. Who, if you're not already following, do so. You're not going to want to miss a single part of the action, because we have so many SMB3 random tournaments coming up with all the matchups and everything. Like I said, JonnyLink 1-3, DemonBattler 0-2, but these guys are both still vying for a possible position here as the only person so far that really gotten closer but hasn't really defined yet is that of Teeks, and he will be playing his last matchup against Tapatio J tomorrow night, and of course you won't want to miss that. A lot of action tomorrow as well, so tune in, be a part. Can't wait to see what happens. But tonight we have JonnyLink, who, if he does go 2-0, will be a 3-3, which could possibly be enough to set him up. If Tapatio J is unable to pull a couple of wins out, JonnyLink could definitely be advancing to the bracket, so can't wait to see what happens there. Of course, DemonBattler looking for a couple of much-needed wins as well. So a lot of action here today, and that, of course, is started by 7-4, where we have, I'm sorry, 7-2, where we have JonnyLink and DemonBattler currently doing battle with a Big Boss Bass who is unrelenting in its pursuit and will be pulling a little bit of an upset here if DemonBattler is unable to get this Boss Bass to participate nicely for him. That music bridge has started. Demon has decided to go ahead and opt to put the Boss Bass on the bottom, most likely. He has, and that will, of course, come into play here a little bit later, as these two are going to be fighting as fast as they can to get to Bowser, take him down, and Sue is the first to get out of this. This is, of course, race 1 of 2, and our runners will be duking it out in the second battle right after this. So don't go anywhere. You will want to be a part of that as well. Like I said before, this is a bracket set. The runners opted to have no preference for the most part, except JonnyLink did say, I don't want end cards if possible, so we made that happen. So the end card game has been turned off. The hammers will not break blocks, only rocks, which of course would be helpful here in World 2, but we don't have any hammers yet, and who really cares, because that's a free pipe anyway. So JonnyLink now onto the madness with 5-5, and the army here for DemonBattler, so not much separation here. And of course, it's early on in the run. Anything can happen. Any 100 coin fine could be a huge penalty, and obviously we have the equalizers as well, so don't go anywhere because things are just heating up. So DemonBattler now into the army, and a very quick run through World 2. 3 minutes in, JonnyLink already taking on the airship that just so happens to be from World 2 as well. So very nicely done there. A little bit of a Fred action there for you. And JonnyLink and DemonBattler going to town on this already exciting seed. So interesting to see what happens next with the fight of Morton now underway. Not extremely salty today. Get your guesses in for the next world. What do you think? I said 3 first. I'm going to say 3 again because I'd like to see what happens. And thank you so much to Zero Wing for putting in the Super Mario Brothers 3 random tournament information. That is a very valuable piece of information. So save all of those things to your bookmarks. Write them down. Throw them on a sticky note. Do what you got to do. Make sure that you have those, because there is a lot going on and you're not going to want to miss any of it. We have tournaments all this week. We've got another one tonight, 9 o'clock. We've got Magoo is Adorable versus Jay Coper. And we'll have A couple of fan favorites on that one. I'm going to say this one wrong. Adirondack Rick and LOZ Cards Fan 23 will be on commentary for that. And then we've got Haxaplax versus Drykian tomorrow at 10 a.m. I'm sorry, 11 a.m. Eastern. Tonight is 10 p.m. Eastern. I'm sorry, 9 a.m. Central, or 9 p.m. Central. I will get my times right eventually, I promise. 10 p.m. tonight, 11 a.m. tomorrow, 8 p.m. tomorrow, and 10 p.m. tomorrow. We'll have races as well as all throughout the rest of the week. So definitely tune in for those. The support and the appreciation is huge. We really appreciate it. You guys getting loud and loud. Adirondack. Okay, Rick and LZ Cards Fan are going to be on the comms tonight. I am so sorry for butchering the name. I knew that was going to happen. Now we got World 7. I do know how to pronounce that, so we'll go ahead and go with there. DemonBattler now finishing off Morton. World 2 Fortress now up for JonnyLink. It didn't make its debut in World 2, so might as well come in the next world, which is actually in the second world order, so I don't know how you want to figure that in. But anyway, now we've got JonnyLink working on the second part of World 2's Fortress. Will be stopping for a quick item, gets a tail, and now we have DemonBattler with Fire Flower making his first choice of which pipe do I choose. And yes, Trenton, Drossi, everybody else from the SpeedGaming community has been nothing short of amazing when it comes to this tournament. They do so much behind the scenes. The sync up, the sound, the quality control, everything that happens is because of those unsung heroes. So we're going to sing their praises now, and we're going to say thank you very much from the bottom of our hearts, because this tournament would literally not happen without them. So I am gushing a little bit, but do show them your support, show them your thanks, because they don't get it enough. So thank you to SpeedGaming for hosting this, for being a part, for being here. And chat, you too. Thank you for being a part. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. So thank you. Pat yourself on the back. Don't go anywhere, because this excitement has just gotten started. This is game 1 of 2. This is the part of the double round robin. We've got Group E. These guys are duking it out in some brackets. So item management going to be super important, as the items we're really going to be looking for are the Cloud, the Hammer Brothers suits, even hammers. We've only seen World 2 and World 7, so 3, 4, and 6, all very valuable places for these two, for those hammers to come out and play. So a lot of action still to come. Equalizers, still got a lot of those left to come. World 7, not really a huge equalizer this time. Pretty linear this time, actually. I'm a little disappointed. I did roll the seed, and I'm a little concerned with how tame it is so far. So maybe we need to start talking about 5-9, Atlantis, some of those, just for no reason at all, obviously. JonnyLink now into the fight with the Conductor of Calamity. We have the Composer of Chaos, the Ludwig von Koopa, one and only, who is a little beefy today, but no earthquakey. So 4 shots will be enough for his first debut album, and that will be it. But not for chat, because it's now time for you to guess what the next world is. World 2, World 7 have already been seen. We have 1, 3, 4, 5, 6 still to go, and we've got World 8, but that, of course, is at the end. So we'll come back to that later. DemonBattler current lighting it up with a frog, but decides to go ahead and get rid of it because it's just not that fast through this one. So he'll go ahead and wait for the spikes. Not letting the Dry Bones despawn, but that's not going to be an issue, as Dry Bones is impervious to the spikes, and DemonBattler is on his way to the Boom Boom fight. World 6 has now come up. MK Ice Stone, very nicely done. Excellent job. And it looks like the runners have not yet been updated. So JonnyLink, DemonBattler, they both go by their namesakes. Do go find them real quick, but come right back here, because this is where all the race action is. And do be here, because this is definitely getting excited. A Cloud already up for our runners. I think that was a Princess letter, which is going to be helpful for sure, especially if our runners find 5-9, 7-5, 6-6, and some of those really scary levels that can get even worse with a enemy set. So if you've never played through some of those, they are without a doubt some of the scariest levels you can come to, and can really make or break a run. So those Clouds can really help keep our runners in it, both from a literal standpoint and also from a mental standpoint. So obviously a lot to go. DemonBattler having a little bit of a problem with one of his biggest fans, but that's not going to last long, as he's able to dodge, and finally get through without any further damage. So nicely done there. And he will be, of course, moving on to the Piranha. We'll get an item for his troubles and will be joining JonnyLink in World 3 here in just one moment. JonnyLink opting to go for a clip strat to get the Fire Flower. He is able to push through that, no problem, and does get a Fire Flower for his efforts. A great defense is an awesome offense, and in this case, a Fire Flower is very valuable for our runners to go fast. JonnyLink now finishing up 7-9, whereas DemonBattler now in World 5's airship, and he is on his way to find the Maestro of Mayhem himself, Ludwig von Koopa. Well, we talked about some of the disgusting levels, and we just found one. World 7 coming out to play in World 6. And now JonnyLink is going to be trying to get through here without any further damage. That Fire Flower doing a lot of work here, but unfortunately not going to be enough. Buzzy Beetle will go down in the pipe with JonnyLink, but will not come out the other side because, hey, they don't belong here. The very valuable item that you normally would find in the hidden section here is a Hammer Brothers suit, but this time it is just a 1-up. So our runner will take it gleefully, but not excitedly. As a 1-up is not a horrible thing to have. A little bit of added comfort, a little bubble here is a very good thing to have, especially as our runners get further on into the run. Basically, anything that can help you get out of levels quicker. If there's a level you just don't need to worry about, don't worry about it, basically. And, you know, it is what it is at this point. So, JonnyLink, if he's able to take a 100 coin fine, he's going to be able to do so a little bit easier now with that 1-up, but who cares? Anyway, so JonnyLink now into Fort Knox, or let's see, Scrooge McDuck's account vault? Vault, that's it. Scrooge McDuck's vault has come out to play. 7F1 as it's more commonly known. The Tanuki suit has been enabled. Air Force proving to be a little bit of a problem for DemonBattler. As you'll notice, this is one of the levels where we have turned off the auto-scroller, but that doesn't really make the Air Force easier. You have to still platform this, and you still have to get through without getting hit by any of those wrenches. But I'm told if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge just about anything, including Bowser at the end. So, you know, so far so good. DemonBattler able to get through it without any further trouble there, and he will be moving on in just one moment. JonnyLink now finding his way to the castle, and that is going to be it. I think if you had a hammer here, that would be a nearly free World 6, but of course our runners don't have those, so they are going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. 7-9 has come up now for DemonBattler as well, and he'll be taking a mushroom to help with just a little bit of damage control here. Lemmy now on the side of JonnyLink, who is looking to get a Tanuki ending, and I said it too soon because Lemmy does one point of damage to JonnyLink, and that's enough to make him lose the Tanuki suit. So no command here for us today, but we'll see if DemonBattler is able to get it in just a moment, as that's the last level right before the fight with Lemmy, and that is going to be leading into World 4. Get your guesses into chat. What's coming up next? I got to go with 3 still because I haven't seen it yet, and I want to. So eventually I'm going to be right. I'll just stick with 3 until I'm finally right, and we'll see how many I can get out of that. But anywho, DemonBattler now finishing up 7-9. JonnyLink having a question about why is he a Dragoon? Not this time. A fortress right out the gate at the beginning. If this is World 1's fortress, it is not, but it could describe why it would define why there is a lock up on the top right side of the screen right next to a mushroom. DemonBattler deciding to go ahead and take this tail. Beautiful idea to go ahead and just fly right over the piranha plants. That's not necessary. They're just in the way. And I think he will be taking the detour as well. And of course, we'll be looking for a 1-up also, which at 3 lives, not the worst thing in the world. And he's going to take all 3 of the 1-ups. So this is one of those rare instances where the block actually holds 3 1-ups, and he's going to say, yes, please, I'll take them all, as he doesn't want to have to deal with a possible game over late into the run. Yes, 4 has not been brought in yet. We have currently seen 2, 6, 7, and now we have 5. So Special K is absolutely correct. Chat does a great job of keeping me honest, and I really appreciate that. But DemonBattler now into World 6, looking for Fort. Scrooge McDuck's Fort, and probably just a little disappointed he wasn't able to keep that tail through the rest of his run there, but that's okay. because a Tanuki suit will be available to him. And JonnyLink did have to do this as well, so not really a time loss here in the grand scheme of things. But with just a few levels separating these two runners, DemonBattler is going to have to get lucky on a 50-50 here and could come all the way down to Bowser's Castle. So we'll just have to wait and see. So far, excellent runs out of both of our runners, though. So excited to see what happens next for sure. So now DemonBattler has to try to get up to the Boom Boom fight, but this is not as easy as it looks, as the runners, their P-speed starts as soon as they jump. So once they've got it built, and then as soon as they jump, that timer will start. You have about 250 frames that you can fly in, and if you jump, it starts that. So our runners have to be very mindful of the timing to ensure that they're able to fly up to the top. But no big deal for DemonBattler. He's now able to finish off the fight with Boom Boom. And we have JonnyLink in the 1-5 beta. He's going to be looking to keep himself safe here from a few enemy sets, and that is no trouble at all for JonnyLink. Now DemonBattler working on his airship, as he's going to be looking for a fight with Lemmy here in just moments. So still looking like a pretty interesting run here so far. JonnyLink, however, onto the fight with Roy, and he will be greeted with the World 1 airship, and we'll be finding Roy at the very end. So a very quick run up the top for JonnyLink, and he will be on to the fight with Roy in just a moment. So right at one world separating these two runners. 5, I believe, 4 levels in one fortress separating our two runners, as JonnyLink is now into the castle and fighting the Koopa. And that, of course, is what's coming up next. We've got 3 and 4 and 1. We've got 1, 3, and 4 still to go. So all the little ones still yet to play. I'm going to have to go with 3. I haven't seen it yet. Eventually, I am going to get it right. And a tailed Mario currently talking to the king, and a small Mario on the side of DemonBattler, but that's no big deal. Items are a thing, and we'll get that in a moment. JonnyLink greeted with a cloud, so a very welcome to see, a very welcome sight to see for our runners for sure. That cloud can be extremely useful, especially once we get to World 6 and 7, and you're looking to get out of a world very quickly and into World 8 as fast as you can. Kind of use that momentum to start barreling through World 8. I love the decision. Unfortunately, World 3 F2 is not going to be in World 8. So, Zero Wing, you're absolutely correct. This is an invalid seed. Unfortunately, we're still going to have to count it, though. We'll just do it with a bit of a grudge. So, there it is. I'm sorry. If you're disappointed, we'll get you your money back in just a moment. Harry Rectum, we have currently JonnyLink in the front, and I just realized I fell for your name, so very nicely done there. JonnyLink currently in the front. DemonBattler doing his best. Finds World 1 Fortress, though, and that's not going to be necessary. However, JonnyLink realizes, I've got an open path, so I'm going to get a hammer, which is perfect timing. He's about to go into World 3, which can still utilize a hammer, but that's, of course, only if he has a second one, which we have on DemonBattler's screen, so they just need to like merge them together and have a use for it. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. JonnyLink now into World 6 airship, and he'll be moving. Yeah, you got me. Sorry about that. Anyway, 1-5 MFP tunnel. I love it. Let's do it. Somebody's bound to be able to pull it off. I think eventually somebody will be able to pull it off. I've said a long time before, if people do some certain tricks, then I'm going to have to go like subscribe to their channel or something, because to pull off something like that would be impressive, but I think a leap of faith in 5F2 would be subscribe worthy. So, you know, let's get some train going. Let's get some tips and tricks going in our randomizer tournament, and we'll see how that works for him. DemonBattler deciding to take a bit of a underground path here, having a little bit of a problem with the pipe. It happens. Been there, done that. Inputs are a thing. DemonBattler doing his best to get away from that cheap. JonnyLink, on the other hand, is now on to World 6. Hey, it's finally World 3. DemonBattler will see if he opts to go for a tunnel jump. JonnyLink taking just a moment to look at the map. I think that's a really good decision. Decides, wait, gotta go back. there is just World 4 there, or the Panel 4 there, but I don't know that he's even going to play this. I think he's going to go off to the left and try to find a pipe, because there is a pipe right next to that fortress, and of course there are 5 pipes on the left side, because one of them will take you to the 6th pipe, which happens to complete the set, obviously, 3 pairs, and that's going to be all the way to the right where Wendy resides. So a little bit of an interesting scene here for JonnyLink, and he, of course, is going to have to find that pipe. It's looking like that pipe is on the right side, though, so 2 fortresses. He's going to go ahead and opt to play this first one, and we'll have to wait and see what's going to happen. If there is a lock on the right-hand side next to the castle, then playing both of these fortresses is going to be necessary, most likely, but one of them will break the lock that I don't believe is in the way. We know World 1 Fortress is in World 5. We saw DemonBattler play it just a moment ago, and of course that's not going to be necessary, so I think it's interesting to see what happens here. That lock is still there, which means if JonnyLink were to skip this level, which is 5-9, so I bet you he's about to do that, and he is going to be looking for a pipe, which is going to lead him directly to Wendy, and the other fortress is not going to be necessary at all. So here comes the cloud, here comes the pipe, here comes the fight with Wendy in just a moment, probably right after an item, and we'll see DemonBattler take flight to World 5 and see if he's able to get out of this quickly. We do know that that first fortress, which he is currently going into, 3F2, is still the great gatekeeper for World 4's bridge that needs to be built, and that, of course, is going to be 3F2, which will take him out of World 5 and into World 6. JonnyLink now finishing up World 6 with a fight with Wendy in a wide-open arena with a Fire Flower. I am sure he is excited to see that. Right before Wendy can land a combat shot, JonnyLink is able to finish her off, and that's that. DemonBattler coming back into 3F2 had a little bit of a hang-up there, but that's okay. 3F2, he's back in it, back in the saddle, and you are absolutely correct. That dude is flying. World 6 down, 21 minutes in, World 7 coming up. That's World 1. We've saved number 1 for last. And barring any crazy situations, World 1 is only going to take up to 5 levels, possibly some fortresses in there, but 5 levels is all it's going to take, and one of them is not going to matter because we've got a cloud. So 2 fortresses, you've got to pick one. This is the right way to go because obviously there's only 1 level, and if it's not in the 1-4 spot, you can go back up and around on the right side to 1-3. So only a couple of levels for our runners to have to go through here, and JonnyLink, of course, is off to the races, whereas DemonBattler is now onto the fight with the castle with Iggy, and we'll be looking for a fight with Boomerang Brother here. He is going to get it, and that is, I believe, a hammer. And if he so chooses to do a double rock break, he can do it, but I don't know that it's going to be all that necessary. It is probably just quicker to go ahead and use the pipe, but of course we'll have to wait and see that. So 5 possible levels that our runners have to play. 4 is guaranteed. JonnyLink currently in the second, which is the first fort, and it happens to be a 7F2. So Harry, it looks like, I'm not going to say the rest of yours, but the record on a randomized run is actually impossible to tell because there are so many different categories. If we added whistles, all of these runs would be immediately blown out of the water because we've seen some that are within just a couple minutes. So unfortunately, there's not really one record. Typically, the race is around 30 minutes, like 30 to 35, depending on how long it is. If there's a jet seed, we'll have it in less than 30. Still a possibility. 7 minutes to go. JonnyLink, if this is the right fortress here, then that actually both fortresses are needed. I am so sorry. The locks are both in place where our runners have to run both. So 5F2 now up. So 5 levels are going to be required for JonnyLink. Unless World 8 is super jet, this will likely go just over 30 minutes, but we're going to have to wait and see. Either way, JonnyLink is absolutely killing it tonight and is looking extremely good so far. But DemonBattler on the other side is up there too. He is really pulling his weight. And if DemonBattler, okay, it looks like he's going to have an answer immediately as to where the fortresses are. And okay, it looks like DemonBattler is going to opt. Ooh, this is a risky play. So DemonBattler has opted to not play either fortress. If the lock is in place, It is. DemonBattler is going to have to go back, and he will, of course, play the wrong fortress first because that's the one closest to him. Unfortunately, the Navy is not actually going to help him here. That's going to break a lot to the right side of where he is. Unfortunately, he does miss that 50-50. JonnyLink, wasting no time, opts to use both of his clouds. He will skip 1516 spots, and he is now onto the last and final vanilla airship. This is World 7's airship, and he will have Larry at the end of it. Larry the Koopaling will be the last stop before Bridges to Bowser begins. So chat, go ahead and get your guesses in as to how many bridges do you think it will take our runners to get to Bowser. -1 through 4 is the range. 4, of course, meaning that there are all bridges in the Bowser Valley, whereas whereas -1 would be all the way to the left and you come out just to the right of it. So it's not a required bridge. So most commonly we've seen somewhere between 0 to 2. If you ask me to pin it down, I would probably say 1 bridge required. Typically we don't have a lot, but that's also a possibility as well. So a lot of great questions. My demo man was absolutely correct. I think it's going to be World 8 next. I agree with you there, but we'll have to wait and see. It is randomizer, so just about anything can happen. And now World 8 has come around. We have 2 fortresses right off the bat. And the first is going to be a tank that is not necessary, except that it's in the route. So 1-4 is going to have to be played. Not 1-4, I apologize. 1-6 is going to have to be played. And JonnyLink with the tail is going to be able to blow through this without a problem at all. And I apologize. This is actually the 1-6 beta. I got little shit. English is easy, I promise. He got 1-6 beta. Now finished. JonnyLink threw it. DemonBattler now has the right answer. Unfortunately, that's going to be all 3 of his clouds, though. And he's not going to have those for World 7, so a chance to catch up is starting to look a little slimmer as JonnyLink is now onto the super tanks and will be making short work of this for sure. Now, a lock on this first screen is going to be interesting to see. We'll see what happens. If it does break with this one, you might as well go ahead and take a look. But I feel like this is going to come down to possibly a linear strategy. At this point, 4 cannot happen, but 3 and under can. So the lock does not break. That means JonnyLink is going to have to go further down into World 8 to see what happens next. Now onto the bridge. Okay, interesting. This is looking like a very linear World 8. DemonBattler now on his way into World 7, which of course is World 1. Probably thinking there's not going to be a lot of places to use the cloud. He risked it. He went for something. He saw the 2 fortresses, decided to go after Windy anyway. Unfortunately, was met with a lock. It is possible that lock could have been somewhere else. And if so, that would have been a great decision. Would have made a little bit of time up. A cloud does come out for DemonBattler, so... Oh, he picks the wrong level. And Atlantis. Ooh, we love to see it. A hand-level Atlantis. We'll see if he gets grabbed again. He does. 2-0. He is currently been grabbed twice. We'll see another exit out early as JonnyLink is going to be fighting against one of the most infuriating parts of SMB3. But unfortunately, that's it. Just 2-0, and he's out. He will go ahead and fall into that pipe so he doesn't have to worry about the hand again. But that's not going to stop JonnyLink from having to get grabbed another time. And I'm almost a little surprised he didn't go ahead and play 4-2 because he does have to play the tank on the other side. So we know that that's a required... Well, we know it's a fortress. That's all we know at this point. It looks like JonnyLink has decided to go ahead and play 4-2 as he's going to have to come back through it. So don't waste any more lives. It's not worth it. Play it. Get it done with. It's not that terribly complicated of a level. So JonnyLink on his way through 4-2 now. DemonBattler 5F2, and he's going to be running through as quickly as he can to try to catch up in any way, shape, or form. World 7 already. JonnyLink well into World 8 at 28.5 minutes in. And of course, I would like to remind you, for those of you coming in, we are running a second race right after this. It's not a best of 3, but it is 2 races tonight. Because that's what we're doing with the round robin. We've got a double round robin. Everybody's going to be playing each other in their groups twice. JonnyLink has already played his other 4, so he's played Tapatio J as well as Teeks88, and is currently sitting at a 1-3. So 2 wins here would put him at 3-3. Not out yet. He could still potentially tie Tapatio J, who's got 4 more to go. 2 more with JonnyLink and 2 more. I'm sorry, 2 more with DemonBattler and 2 more with Teeks88. So kind of up in the air, depending on what happens with this Group E. It could get interesting. So a lot to play for here. And of course, we have the Challenge Cup right after the conclusion of the round as well. So we'll have the Challenge Cup for those who didn't make it into the brackets, and then of course the brackets for those who did. And there's always the possibility of the wild cards as well. So every game needs to be treated with a lot of respect because there's a lot going on. JonnyLink realizing there's a fortress, so he's going to go back over the Handlantis, but unfortunately that's not going to be enough, and he's going to have to go back over Handlantis again. And at what point do you just finally play it? Oh, he got grabbed. All right, Atlantis is now 3 for 3 for grabbing. Well, no, that's not true. It's 3 for 4 for grabbing JonnyLink, but that's going to be an early exit. We'll see if he gets grabbed again. Guess what? He does. JonnyLink now taking 1 more shot to the jellyfish 4 out of 5 times. JonnyLink has been grabbed. Let's make that 5 and 6. DemonBattler now on his way through, and he's going to go the long way around. That's okay. DemonBattler now on his way through. JonnyLink not having a good time. Atlantis is being a pain. JonnyLink, on the other hand, though, has opted to go ahead and take a frog. I would say fight fire with fire, but I think in this case, fight frog with frog. If you've got water, you might as well play the suit that's ready for it. And JonnyLink's going to do the exasperated run through Atlantis as he has the frog suit. And you can tell he's a little frustrated by this, given the fact that his frog's a little erratic. And no, we have a randomizer, and it's only fitting that RNG plays a factor. It is very possible for DemonBattler to get to Atlantis once and run straight through it. So he may not have to worry about it. JonnyLink, on the other hand, has had to worry about it. And so far, it's been a huge pain in his tuchus. So JonnyLink is still on his way through a star, not really going to do a lot because it's an auto-scroller still, and those stars have a pesky way of running out right before you want them to. So JonnyLink with a star that's now run out, trying to finish up Atlantis here in the next few seconds, whereas DemonBattler now with 4 hammers, very nice. He's going to pick up a mushroom, and he's going to be, or mushroom house, I should say, and he's going to get a frog suit. Hey, that could come in handy if he comes to Atlantis. So this is interesting. He's going to take that frog suit and go into World 1's airship, or World 1's castle, which is World 7's airship. He's going to go ahead and maybe pick up an item here. Now the first look into the dark room, we have a pipe right off the bat, and we find it's a dead end. So that pipe at the very beginning is basically useless. It would have got you through what is essentially Handlantis and really nothing more. So a couple more fortresses going to be required strictly because they are within the route. So this World 8 is really disgusting at this point. Yeah, almost died at the end of Atlantis. What a infuriating task that would be to have to come back in and possibly play it again, depending on how the hand level treats JonnyLink on the second half of that. But fortunately for JonnyLink, not going to be grabbed by Handlantis anymore. Yeah, there is a lot that's at play here, and if DemonBattler is able to catch up a little bit here, he could push towards the very end and possibly make this still a very close run. And so far it is. I mean, 33 minutes in, and DemonBattler currently headed into World 8. He'll have a couple of fortresses to play right off the bat. But there's also the possibility DemonBattler could look at the time and say, hey, if JonnyLink hasn't finished yet, maybe I play a little bit more aggressive. Maybe look for Bowser first, take all the pipes, find none of the fortresses, and see if you could possibly catch up here. It's a risky 50-50, but at this point, he doesn't realize he's down for sure. This is a blind run. No help from chat. Nothing like that. We don't allow that. But if DemonBattler is looking at the time thinking, hey, I have a chance here, then he needs to be going after those fortresses, those pipes, that are only required, and look for Bowser's castle, because if there's no bridges required, he could catch up here pretty quickly. One bridge is required, though. JonnyLink has found it. He's going to equip a tail He's got a music box, might as well use it. You never know what could happen there. JonnyLink going ahead and taking the tail, though, and he is going to be fighting Bowser here in just a moment. Couple bros in the chat already. That is, of course, an upside-down orb from when the runners take a star to Boom Boom, and Boom Boom basically just evaporates. There's nothing there, and he gone. So JonnyLink now into the fireball room, and we'll be looking for another item that's not a tail. He's not going to get it. He's got another tail. This clip likely not going to happen. A lot harder with a tail. Not impossible, just improbable. And JonnyLink now fighting with the fireballs. We'll see if he's able to get through without any further issues. That tail actually coming in handy as he's able to make a couple of controlled falls and is able to get through without any issues at all. So now 5 jumps away, most likely from JonnyLink finishing up this fight with Bowser and, of course, the seed. And DemonBattler is going to be doing his absolute best to catch up here in just a moment. What started off as a very crisp run from JonnyLink was immediately terminated by a Handlantis stage that wound up just putting the screws to him, and he unfortunately had to play through that a grand total of like, what, 6 or 7 times? Disgusting. But either way, Handlantis is gone. JonnyLink is now into Bowser, and the fight will be commencing here in just one moment. Get your guesses into chat for our winner, JonnyLink, and we'll be getting you the time here in just one moment. GG's for sure, and DemonBattler, for what a great performance that was. Comes up just short, but not before really coming back a long way. Very impressive. Can't wait to see what happens next. DemonBattler now doing his best. He will see that JonnyLink did just hit done, and that will put him a little bit behind here, but definitely not out. I have seen a lot of really good things from DemonBattler. Yes, the other guy is notified immediately, so DemonBattler does know, but a really excellent stage comeback so far from DemonBattler, and if he's able to continue pulling this out, next race is going to be extremely interesting. A couple 50-50s could go DemonBattler's way this time. This time, just a few didn't go, but if you think about World 3, where I believe 2 or 3 clouds were used, you know, that could have been extremely helpful if DemonBattler had been able to use the cloud at the very end of the hand stage and not get grabbed by Atlantis. That would have immediately put him ahead. A lot could have happened to really bring DemonBattler back into this, but unfortunately, not quite enough. The randomizer gives and takes away. This time it took away from DemonBattler, gave it to JonnyLink, who was able to finish with the time of 35:46. So now DemonBattler doing his best to get through World 8's Fortress without any further damage. Unfortunately, the cycle just not long enough. DemonBattler going to have to jump over a swamp. No big deal there. He'll pick up a little bit of help here with the star, and that, of course, should help him get clipped through the bottom part here before the boat starts back up. He'll be able to get through, and now the fight with Boom Boom. No orb this time, but DemonBattler 3 shots, and that is all. And we should see a fight with Bowser here in just a moment. He will take the bottom right pipe. He finds it. He's got it. There are no other hand stages that are available. DemonBattler does not have the correct fortress played yet, so he's going to go back around and see, hey, what did I miss? Okay, DemonBattler opting to go ahead and take the long way around. This will put him in the top part of the World 8's Dark Room. He is looking around. He's got nothing. Oh, there's the other hand stage where World 8's Fortress usually is. DemonBattler just retracing his steps at this point. A very linear World 8, so not a whole lot of discrepancy there. DemonBattler is able to get into World 6F3 and the escalator, I'm sorry, 6F1, and the escalator 4 is now going to be the last fortress. And as far as I know, that is the gatekeeper. I don't think there was another fortress that was played. A lot of fortresses required, though, so I do not blame DemonBattler in the slightest for going after the World 8 Bowser Valley, because if he had found it early, that could have been all the difference in the world. Either way, though, DemonBattler now on his way through 6F1 takes a tail. A little bit of added protection, not a bad idea. And DemonBattler will be taking on Boom Boom. And of course, 3 shots is all it takes, as Boom Boom now falls very quickly, very nicely. And DemonBattler now back to Bowser will be looking for the final fight with the big old turtle. Now it's just a race to get back to Bowser's castle. He'll be equipping a couple of items here in just a moment. Most likely, actually I take that back. I don't know that there are any other items. He's got 4 hammers. Too bad we couldn't merge those into like a Hand Brother suit or something. So he'll just have to be happy with the tail that he's got. So clips probably not going to happen here. That's quite all right. A tail is not a bad item to have, as we just saw from JonnyLink. Having the ability to take kind of a controlled fall at the end of that was definitely helpful. He was able to keep himself safe with those fireballs, and that was some excellent fancy footing there. Was able to keep him from having a fight with Bowser or with the fireballs, I should say. But 2 hits will be required before DemonBattler has any issues with that. Of course, Small Mario, as we saw with JonnyLink, he can just stand underneath Bowser, and that, of course, will just be a fall that he... Ooh. Okay, DemonBattler, a little concerning there, but he is able to get through that without any issues at all afterwards. So, Small Mario, not a concern here. He's able to stand underneath Bowser without taking any damage. He chooses not to, though, and he's going to wait to see Bowser jump at least one more time. Small Mario has come out, so DemonBattler needing to be careful here that he doesn't accidentally take some damage. He will not. 2 more jumps should be the end of it for DemonBattler, and we will see his time in just moments. So now DemonBattler into the last jump. That's going to be Bowser jumping for the last time. Get your GGs in chat, because that was an excellent run. That was an absolutely excellent run. 41:39 is going to be the final time for our runners, more or less. Usually it's about 15 seconds after Bowser falls. So, yep, there you go, 41:39, and that is also the official time. So there you go, 41:39 for DemonBattler. Still an excellent run, though. A difference of about 6 minutes, but that easily can be trimmed off. So I can't wait to see what happens here in the next game. It's going to take us just a moment to get these guys set up for game 2. So take just a moment, go get a break, get your GGs in chat, get ready for the next race. We'll be getting started here in just one moment. I think if we're going to have something like crafting where 4 hammers can make something else, I think it would be interesting to see if we could add a randomized element. Because, hey, it is a randomizer after all. And end cards have a propensity to give the wrong thing anyway. So I think it could be interesting. All right, we're already getting some guesses into chat for what the next world will be as our runners do get started here in just moments. All right, get your guesses in chat. This is the final chance as our runners are now starting, and they'll be getting started here on stream in just one moment. I would like to remind you that we do have a ton of races coming up over the next couple days, including tonight. We also have an incredible race tonight where we're featuring two more runners. Magoo is Adorable versus Jay Cobra out of Group A. That is at 10 p.m. tonight right here on Speed Gaming. But I can promise you, if you don't have Speed Gaming bookmarked, favorited, whatever you want to do, you're missing out. So if you don't have them all followed and liked and tracked and everything else, go make sure that happens because you're not going to want to miss anything. We've got the bracket in chat, and I'm sure somebody could throw that back in there for me real quick. DemonBattler having just a small issue here right off the gate. No big deal. An exploding bloober is not a fun place to start, and DemonBattler will be right back into the fray as JonnyLink is still trying to figure out how to get out of this. Thank you so much, Softnum. You're amazing. I really appreciate you. You're the best. So thank you so much for that. Right there. There's the tournament bracket, the schedule, the Discord, playing the game. If you like what you see, do become a part. We love having new people in. Yes, we understand these guys are extremely fast, and you might think, oh, no, I can't do that. You can. Even if you can't or don't want to ever get to that level, it's still a lot of fun to play. I got beat more times than I didn't, but I still had a blast. This is a game that we know, we love, we enjoy. It's a great time. It's an awesome community. So if you're looking to become a part, do become a part because it is a lot of fun and you'll wish you had. I promise you that. I have a great time doing this, being on comms, getting to be a part of a great run and a great set of runners and everything. So anyway, there you go. There's the stuff on it. There's my blurb. But anywho, so 10 Eastern tonight. So here in just a couple of hours, we've got JonnyLink, or I'm sorry, that's this race. JonnyLink and DemonBattler battling it out right now from Group E. Magoo is Adorable versus Jay Coper will be from Rick and LZ Cars Fan on comms. And then tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern, we have Haxaplax versus Drykian. We have 8 p.m. tomorrow, Budsy RNG versus Leslie Pro. And Europsoles versus Stewie Cartman will have a 2v2 featured at the same time. That's going to be a lot of fun. And so far, we've got Dust Minion and To Crazy Dude on the comps for that. So a lot going on. Teeks also versus Tapatio J. That's going to be one of the last round or matches from this set of runners. DemonBattler, JonnyLink, Teeks, and Tapatio J all in the same group. So that's going to be an exciting conclusion as well. Cross Product and Sinister Sama all are going to be on the commentary for that, and that's tomorrow night at 10 p.m. So definitely be on there. Make sure that you are following along because there's going to be a ton of action. And as soon as the round robin does finish off, we're going to have the Challenge Cup as well as the bracket tournament as well. So don't go anywhere. You're not going to want to miss it. You're going to want to be a part because there's always an exciting time. Always an exciting time on both sides of that. DemonBattler having just a little bit of a hang-up here. Unfortunately, not able to get through this first level. And this is really starting to cost him. I think game over here is going to be Probably another good idea if he takes one more early exit, but DemonBattler will be getting through it no problem this time. I'm sure of it. So here we go. JonnyLink now trying his best to finish off World 7, and so far so good as he's in the Air Force. DemonBattler with a little bit more issues. I don't hate the game over here though, because that is going to refresh the lives, and there's still a lot to play. So as long as he can get to the third island, if you think about it like the world map, we're looking at Australia. We're trying to get there real quick. So DemonBattler having just a little bit of problems with West or Eastern Europe, sorry, and he will be trying to get through here one more time. First time as good as whichever time this is, and that's okay. One more time is should be all it takes. And DemonBattler going to be getting through here as quickly as he can, hopefully. So just got to dodge one more exploding blooper. He's through it. Okay, here we go. Down and around. All right, looking good so far. We're going to ignore that for a second so we don't commentators curse. JonnyLink now onto World 6 airship, and he's going to get a mushroom. So that's excellent. Right before he goes into the Symphony of sadness? Sure. Anyway, the Conductor of Calamity has finally fallen, and a very lightweight one-hit wonder for JonnyLink. That's going to be it. And JonnyLink now through. Get your guesses in. What's World 2? DemonBattler now into the Navy. DemonBattler played a very good run on the race time chat. He did say he was pretty pleased with his overall performance. So unfortunate to be tilted this early in the game, but you got to set it out of your mind. You got to get ready for the rest of this run because there's a lot going on. This is a long World 7 to begin with, but if he's able to get this out of his head and start racing back, this game is not over. JonnyLink met with a pipe, no fortresses on the left side, so he's going to have a little bit of work to do. 6F2, the Frozen Fortress of Solitude has come out for JonnyLink, and he's going to be flying underneath, as that is the preferred path for all speedrunners. DemonBattler now on his way through, finally through the level, starting to make some speed. And there are, of course, two fortresses. Play the one on the right. It makes more sense because it's in the route. You have to play it one way or another. And we'll likely come back to for the second fortress on the left right after. So now DemonBattler doing his best to get through here without any further damage. One more item. Be careful. Lakitu still throwing stuff. Oh. Me and my big mouth. DemonBattler now goes down, and we'll have to play this one again. JonnyLink finds himself in 8-1, and we'll be looking for a early flight pattern to take off out of this level, and we'll be taking a down and around option. Ooh, it's greeted with a Hammer Brother. Not sure how he feels about that. Hammer Brother, excellent if you know what you're doing with it. Hammer Brothers are actually quite difficult when you think about it, because it's not a straight pattern. Those hammers fly out based on the speed at which you're running, but JonnyLink's a pro. He's got this. No big deal there. DemonBattler, oh, okay, I thought he was going to go to the left. Decides to go ahead and play 3F2. Once again, an invalid seed. Begrudgingly, we will have to accept this, though, because unfortunately, we don't have a lot of time tonight. Either way, though, DemonBattler swimming like mad to try to get over to the right-hand side. And, of course, down into the fight with Boom Boom in just one moment. JonnyLink deciding, okay, hold on, I don't have everything I need yet. He'll go back and play the other fortress. So not exactly a gimme level 4 here. The first one kind of spoiled our runners, I think, because this one has so far been a long seed between the two worlds that they've played so far and we've seen so far. So now DemonBattler through 3F2 and JonnyLink through his as well. And DemonBattler has not the answer he was looking for. We know this from JonnyLink, and Air Force has come out. DemonBattler had a nice run through this last time. I have full belief that he's going to get through it nice the next time he plays it. And JonnyLink now through 5F1. He's going to be flying through here and making it look absolutely easy. The enemies are just an afterthought. And JonnyLink will now be into his fight with Boom Boom. DemonBattler opting to go ahead and take a slight detour to go ahead and take on a Mushroom House. He will get a Hammer Brothers suit, so that is nice for sure in the late game. JonnyLink now finally through World 4, and we'll be heading into the fight with Iggy in just a moment. So the Siege Brothers having just a bit of a problem for JonnyLink. Sludge Bros finally go down, but not before doing some damage and making Johnny just a small Mario. Either way, though, JonnyLink now grabs a star, says, you know what, you're going to take me down the first time, I'm going to fight your other guys, and we'll get a 1-up and a music box. So not a super valuable item on either side. A mushroom would have been super helpful. A Hammer Brother, a music box, just not there. But a Hammer Brother suit, a hammer, a cloud, all could have been very valuable. But unfortunately, that's not what the Hammer Bro had in mind. And JonnyLink is left to fight World 1's airship with just a small Mario, but gets a mushroom out of it anyway. DemonBattler now through the Piranha and will be granted an item for his troubles as well. Iggy is a monster this time, currently sitting at 3 hits, 4 hits, and finally that'll do it as JonnyLink, fortunate not to take any hitbox hits there. 9.5 minutes in, he is through World 2. Get your guesses into chat. We've seen 7, we've seen 4. What's World number 3 going to be? I got to go with World 5. I think World 5, the Land of the Clouds, is going to be coming up next. But we, of course, will have to wait and see. We've got a 2, a 6, and a 3. The Conductor of Calamity, Chaos, and Confusion has fallen down super quick as a one-hit wonder still. And that's going to be the end of World 1 for DemonBattler. So excellent job getting through the rest of World 7. Some pretty complicated levels. Definitely not a gimme by any stretch of the imagination, and that is going to be the end of World 7 for DemonBattler. So excellent job keeping his cool and able to get through that and continue on. Meanwhile, the Carpet Fort 6F3 has come around for JonnyLink and was doing excellent with that P-Speed strat. Unfortunately, one small hang-up here does throw everything out of time and tempo, and he has to take a damage boost there, but is able to get through the rest of it without any further issues. 3 Staring Boos are going to wait as he is waiting to make his way out of the elevator, and now the fight with Boom Boom has started. 6F2 for DemonBattler. Looks like he's not going to take any chances with that underground or under the path flight pattern. And I really can't say I blame him for this, honestly. You want to get through this as quickly as you can, but you also want to be safe doing it. So not a bad decision to go ahead and take the long way around, especially if it's not something you're comfortable with. Totally applaud this effort. Now he's got a Super Mario, and it's time for Boom Boom. Star on the side for JonnyLink as he has a little bit of a trouble with those Boomerang Brothers. Finally, they go down, though. And it looks like a star comes out for JonnyLink as he takes on more Sludge Bros. He's looking for some items here. He realizes it's been a complicated run so far, and he wants a little bit more help from those items. And this time, it's a star. So the Boomerang Brothers being super stingy. DemonBattler opting to go ahead and skip a level. I can't say I blame him here at all for that. Realizes, wait, it was quicker when I was on the other side, so he's going to go back and only play 1 level as opposed to 2. And then, of course, we'll play the Fortress right after. JonnyLink, 6F1. We've seen, I believe, yeah, we've seen all 3 of the 6 fortresses. So it's kind of cool, I think. But I like World 6, so I'm weird in that regard. We'll see if JonnyLink gets an item. He does not get the star he was looking for. So no orbs for us today. And JonnyLink will be taking out Boom Boom in just a moment. Meanwhile, DemonBattler having to replay as he had just a little bit of an issue with this enemy set. Totally understandable. This enemy set will get you. And especially when there's a memory lapse, so to speak, with DemonBattler on this level, it can slow the level down. So just a little bit of a problem there for him. But he'll be getting a item here to help him on his way. And JonnyLink is now going to be working through his stage, and one last jump should finish it off here as JonnyLink does finish and is moving on. So 12 and a half, oh, actually 13 minutes in, and World 3 has just been started which of course is World 6. So not exactly a nice world, but that is a 10 panel. I don't know that there's another one or not. DemonBattler once again having to battle through a few of these levels that are just plain really spoiler at this point, and very unfortunately for DemonBattler, he is going to lose that cloud and will have to play that level he had initially skipped there. JonnyLink making this look easy, though. It may be long, but he is just burning through these stages now, picking either the 1 or the 3. He goes with the 1, and I do believe he is going to be given 1/6 for his efforts, and he'll be burning through this here in just moments. So we'll see if he gets that P-speed. He does. No problem. I told you this guy was good. So JonnyLink now going to be burning through 1/6, taking a controlled fall, avoiding the invisible fire chop there, and that will be the end of it. 8-1, proving to be a bit of a complication for DemonBattler, but he is making this look easy. Those bullet bills have nothing on him, and he is through 8-1. Very nicely done from DemonBattler to come all the way back. I applaud the effort. I love it. That is how you fight back and how you come back hard. So very nicely done from DemonBattler to get through that. JonnyLink on the other side. Lemmy is now being the conniving carny, and that will not take long for JonnyLink as the vanilla Lemmy does fall down quick. Get your guesses into chat. We've seen 7, we've seen 6, and we've seen 4. So what do you got? 1, 2, 3, or 5? I've got to go with 3. And just like that, Shadow Man calling it before it happens. We have Tanuki Suit in the King's Kingdom, or King's Throne Room, I guess. While Tanuki appears, come on. DemonBattler now with a rejuvenated sense of urgency and spirit as he runs through and will not wait for the elevator lifts. He is making this look easy. He's got this. He's a pro. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's about, and he is on his way through. Oh, look at the skill. That chain chop had no chance, and that is going to be the end of it. So very nicely done for DemonBattler. JonnyLink now on his way through World 3. Ooh. He finds a pipe, knows there's a fortress on the left side. Oh, I'm sorry. I think there was a double hammer play there that I missed. I apologize profusely. Either way, JonnyLink now, okay, he's trying to figure out a lay of the land here. He does have 2 fortresses. The one on the right side of the first world is, or the first island, I guess, is going to be really the easier one because that is going to be the last pipe he hasn't seen yet. So JonnyLink knows that that is going to be the correct. Oh, 6-6 is proven to be difficult as JonnyLink wasted his entire power-up arsenal on a star. And unfortunately for our runners, that star does not last nearly long enough, and JonnyLink now finds himself as a small Mario going up against an exploding boober in the heart of 6-6. So a mushroom he will wait for, which is not a bad decision, but he's got to be careful because that Cheep Cheep will turn around. Okay, nice exit there from JonnyLink, and DemonBattler now fighting through World 1's airship. Bullet bills and cannons are flying, but so is he. So very nicely done there. JonnyLink expertly dodging and definitely defying all of the various monsters that 6-6 has to throw at him, and he will be through it without any further trouble. So excellently done on both sides for our runners. Very nice. JonnyLink now through 6-6. He is met with 7-4. So JonnyLink, we do have the auto-scroller turned off, but he's going to have to paddle like mad to get through this 7-4 quickly. A star will greet him on the other side of this route, and he will be on his way through 7-4 without a care in the world. Jellyfish through here, who cares? He's got a star, but it will run out, and that's okay. He's still good. He slimed me from DemonBattler, and he is on his way through World 6. He'll get a free pipe to start, and we'll be able to go through the first part of World 6 without any further issues. And a hammer, not going to come out to play here, I don't believe, but could actually push DemonBattler far into the heart of World 6, and I believe could actually help him catch up a little bit. So a 6F3 would be nice here. DemonBattler showing us that you can, in fact, fly over that thwomp. That's a little known fact. Maybe, I don't know, maybe everybody knew that. I don't know. Either way, boos are now in the way, as always. It feels like those ghosts are always finding a way to be in the way. This time in the escalator, they will not move aside for DemonBattler. That's quite all right. He's able to get through, no trouble at all. And DemonBattler now with a fight. But on the other side, JonnyLink with a brow, as he's able to take a star through Boom Boom, who immediately evaporates. And, okay. I might have got the pipes wrong here. Okay, JonnyLink's going to go back and play. I did get the pipe wrong. I apologize. There was no double hammer play. I was absolutely incorrect on that. It was pipes on the left-hand side that took you to the right-hand side. I'm still a little curious as to why JonnyLink didn't go ahead and jump through that pipe just to check and see if there was a lock on either of the prize islands, because those are in between. You've got the big island on the left where, of course, you start and play all the levels. And then there's a boat where if you take a hammer to the rock that's in the middle of World 3, you can take that boat over to the right, and there will be a prize island that has 2 mushrooms and 2 spade games, and then a little bit northeast of that will be another mushroom house. So if a lock was there, JonnyLink doesn't have to play this fortress, and he could have progressed on to the fight with Wendy. Not checking that means he goes back and plays a level in a castle, and if those weren't required, these are needless. But that is a high risk, high reward, honestly. It's a high risk, high reward situation, because if he's right, he's saved all that time. But if he's wrong, in this case, it's no big deal. He's only wasted the time it takes to go from the pipe over to Wendy's castle. So whatever, aim small, miss small, I suppose. At this point, 20 minutes in, World 4 is commencing in just a moment. But right there in the top left of the world map, you'll see the mushroom. And if there was a lock there, yeah, I mean, if that's where the lock would have been, then JonnyLink didn't have to play that other fortress. But that's a rare instance, so not really a feasible strategy there. I digress. JonnyLink, though, is now through a fight with Wendy with the fireballs, and he is done with that fight. He is on his way. DemonBattler showing us the other level. It is 1-3. We'll see if he opts to go for an item here, as he can stand on a white block, press down, and that allows him to go behind the stage, which we'll see if he does in just one moment. With his enemy set, don't blame him for not trying, because that is a high risk, possibly low reward, depending on what happens behind the scenes. If he gets a Cloud Hammer Brothers suit, yes, absolutely, could definitely be valuable. I believe he already has 1 star or 1 Hammer Brothers suit. Still not exactly the worst option in the world, but if it's anything else, obviously not going to be a huge help. But he decides not to go for it because of that enemy set. Definitely don't blame him. JonnyLink showing us our first actual hand stage, I think, so far that we've seen. And we'll see if there are any others. They will give Hammer Brothers suits as well. So not the first Hammer Brothers seed, or Hammer Brothers... Wow. Not the first Hammer Brothers suit we've seen so far this seed. But JonnyLink, I think that's the first for him. So a very welcome prize indeed for him. And DemonBattler will obviously be able to use a Hammer Brothers suit early without any fear of wasting it. So, good call for sure. JonnyLink now into 7F1. Scrooge McDuck's Vault, or Bowser's Fort Knox, whatever you want to call it, as there are coins aplenty when you hit that P block in the 4th column of the first room. JonnyLink making this look easy as Taniki takes to the skies, and the fight with Boom Boom does start here in just a moment. So it's impossible to tell here. DemonBattler realizing what he has to do. He takes the other pipe here, and of course realizes, okay, pipe is not necessary. I know which one takes me to Wendy. We'll see if he opts to go ahead and play 2 levels, which of course are 6-6. And I forget the other one. We'll see it in just a moment. But DemonBattler will be taking on 6-6 here in just one moment. And we'll see if he opts to do this. I think it's a really good decision. JonnyLink showing off with a little bit of a moonwalk flight pattern there, making it look good, making it look easy. And Tanuki will take a control fall till the very end. And of course, we'll take the bottom route once again, I'm sure. 6-6 for DemonBattler is going swimmingly. Pun totally intended. Unfortunately, I spoke way too soon, and Piranha Fireball does take DemonBattler out and back to the pipe from whence he came. So a Tanuki suit will come back up for DemonBattler, and okay, we have a risky play here, and I hope this plays off for DemonBattler. Wouldn't that be exciting? He is taking a super risky bet here. 6-6, he says, no, thank you, sir. He's going to go ahead and opt out of that one. Take a cloud to 6-6 and go ahead and play 7-4, which is definitely an easier level. I'll give him that. But the problem is, what if you're wrong? What if DemonBattler is wrong? He's going to have to come all the way back, and he's going to have to play 6-6 and the fortress on the left-hand side that we saw from JonnyLink. If he's wrong, he's going to waste a lot of time. If he's right, he's going to be very close to catching up and being within a world of JonnyLink, and that can all go his way as soon as he gets into World 8. So a lot left to go, but chat, what do you think? Is he going to be successful here, or is he going to have a problem and have to come all the way back and find Fortress? I've got China Cat who says it's a good move. They're applauding the effort. I hope you're right. I hope this is a good move, and DemonBattler is able to get through World 3 without any further hiccups. But we will find out here in just a moment. Meanwhile, JonnyLink with an anchor. I don't believe we know what that does yet. Okay, we've got a fortress on the left and 2 locks. This one, of course, will break the lock on the left. Otherwise, that'd be a soft lock, and we'd have to start over, and we're not doing that. Okay, we've got a bad move from Trucker Rash, so we've got one of each. Here we go, folks. Unfortunately for DemonBattler, that is a bad move. Trucker Rash, you're absolutely correct. That is going to spell a... Oh, never mind, just kidding. That lock did break on the right-hand side of the screen, so still a good play overall. DemonBattler going to find his way through the pipes. We'll go back to the left. We'll be able to find that fortress on the left-hand side in the World 3-2 spot, and we'll be able to progress without having to play 6-6. So, not the worst thing in the world. 6-6, still a big problem for him to go ahead and not have to play it again. Not a bad decision here. He will, however, have to play 3-3, and then we'll, of course, have to go into... Yikes, that is an early exit from a fan who did not allow him to get through. And it looks like the anchor is going to be a cloud. So that is going to be extremely helpful as our runners are blazing through the end of this seed, and JonnyLink taking a P-Wing for good luck. This is a great place to go ahead and take a P-Wing, both because this happens to be the World 7 airship. It happens to be one of the longest and most arduous, as there are a ton of platforms, and you got to be careful. Kind of Air Force-esque in nature. Not nearly as many Monty Moles, but still. JonnyLink's now through it, and he can go for an off-screen one grab. I expect to see that here in just a moment as he takes on Wharton, the Salty Boy. DemonBattler, unfortunately, having just a bit of an issue. And yes, he was thrown straight into the bottom, which did trigger that he was too far out of the screen, thereby making him restart the level, taking that coin fine. And yes, we do have another run tonight, 10 p.m. tonight, on SpeedGaming. We've got Magoo is Adorable versus Jay Coper, and then a ton of races tomorrow. We've got 3 tomorrow, 3 the next day, and then 1 on June 16th, 1 on June 17th, 2 on June 18th, and of course, with the possibility of more being scheduled at any point in time. So do follow those. That Zero Wing, who is amazing and has posted that a couple times for me. I really, really, truly wouldn't be able to do all this without you all. So thank you so much, because we do appreciate it. It takes a community, and you guys are a part of that. So thank you for being here. Thank you for assisting. Thank you for being a part. We appreciate it. The runners appreciate it. They love it. So thank you for that. And if you like what you see, definitely track those. You don't want to miss a thing. There's always new matches that are coming out. So if you're waiting on us to tell you, you you might miss something. And if you're not following SpeedGaming, why not? Seriously, why not? You're missing out on a lot of really great content if you're not following SpeedGaming and then SpeedGaming236. Go find them, follow them, subscribe if you got it. Amazon Prime has a free subscription. Hey, why not? So anyway, there's that. World 3 airship on DemonBattler's side. World 5 coming out for JonnyLink. That, of course, builds a... Okay. JonnyLink finding the pipe that takes him back to the tower. That, of course, is not necessary. So JonnyLink's going to go back to the one he's get first and will be now into the clouds. 3 levels will prevent JonnyLink from getting to the castle. And then a money ship will be right after. So buckle up. Here we go. Another long world. 2840 in. And JonnyLink has 3 levels before he's able to plant a coin ship, which is required before he plays the castle. And then, of course, we'll be getting into Bowser's Kingdom in just a moment. DemonBattler now fighting tooth and nail to get through Airship 3. Still doing a fine job here, given that World 1 took 10 minutes. He is doing just fine. Still keeping on, and we love to see it. So JonnyLink now having to wait for that coin ship to make up the mind. And JonnyLink now into the Ice Capades beta level, and will take a Fire Flower for his troubles. Wendy is being a bit of a pain, but the Pain Princess has now fallen, and DemonBattler is on his way to World 5. Well done. JonnyLink now through his second of the 3. World 3 is, the third level of World 5's route to the castle, I suppose, in the Cloud Kingdom is coming underway here in just a moment. 6-1 has come out to play, and JonnyLink making this look good. I think that's the only thing I can say in this moment, because he's got a boss pass who is desperate for some food today. But JonnyLink says, would you like that fried or grilled? And he's able to finish off no problems at all. DemonBattler now into that first hand level stage. He is able to avoid all of the conniving Boomerang brothers. They are not going to be enough for DemonBattler. He is going to take a Hammer Brother for his much deserved efforts. And that will be the end of the fight with the hand level stage. So very nicely done. A cloud, oh, how unfortunate for DemonBattler, is wasted as he runs into 7F1, only to realize that cloud's not going to be any good and won't be there when you come back out. So very unfortunate for DemonBattler. I don't know who he ticked off, but that is going to be another 50-50 he's lost. And actually not even a 50-50. I mean, an anchor could have been a lot of items. It could have been a star, a mushroom, an air horn, I guess, music box. He's got a Fire Flower. He's got a lot of options it could have been, but unfortunately it was a cloud, and he is going to have to play the long way around on Fort Knox. Scrooge McDuck's fault, as some of them call it. But unfortunately, he will take a Tanuki for his efforts, and JonnyLink now into World 8. So as we are into World 8, do get your guesses in. What do you think, chat? How many bridges do we have to Bowser? I, of course, like the -1 all the way to 4. So get your guesses in the chat. How many bridges to Bowser? We've got a -1. We've got some 2s. We got another -1. Okay, some popular choices there. I'm going to go with 3 this time. I think it's been a long, lengthy road so far. And I think we got to go with some 3 here. So JonnyLink now on his way through 3F1. It's not 3F2, but I hope it's enough this time. I mean, I'm not going to say it qualifies as a validated run, but, you know, work with me here. I'm doing my best. JonnyLink now with 5 shots to take Boom Boom out, and DemonBattler now doing his best to just damage boost all the way through. Oh, very nice jump on the Fire Chomp as he's able to get into a little bit of a reprieve. An oasis in the desert, if you will, and he'll be given a mushroom for his efforts. World 2 Fortress is now up for grabs for JonnyLink, and I do appreciate that it is a suitable replacement. Thank you. I'll work on rolling a better C next time that we can actually validate. But until that time, let's go with 3F1 and World 2, which are also normally in World 8 as well. I don't know why, but I guess if it doesn't fit in one of the other worlds, might as well stick it here. So DemonBattler now on his way through World 2, I believe. and a level we see early on in normal vanilla run, but this time it's going to be in World 5. Hey, why not? It's randomizer. Anything's possible. It's all made up, and the rules don't matter. JonnyLink now into the Dark World. I have not seen locks yet. Ooh, this is getting interesting. We could have a very high Bridges to Bowser if we don't see something here soon. Okay, we've got lock number 1. That means number 4. Unfortunately for Angelic Jade is not possible. So 4 not possible, but I believe 3 is still a possibility. The time zone is 10 p.m. Eastern. So that is here in just under 2 hours, about an hour 42. JonnyLink now into World 8's Fortress and is looking for one cycle here. DemonBattler now into World 4's Airship and is going to be doing his best to go through without any flamethrower fire kills. No item for him. He's just going to go ahead and burn through it. And now the fight with Larry is on its way. JonnyLink on the other side, taking on a fight with Boom Boom. And both will be falling here in just moments. So now DemonBattler onto World 6. JonnyLink wanting to see what does this do. It does not break a lock. JonnyLink has a road to go still, and Bowser is not done. Or found, I should say. He has not been found yet. JonnyLink once again getting grabbed by Atlantis. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not Atlantis this time, but it is still a water level. I was hoping for Atlantis. Trying to commentator curse it. It did not work for me. JonnyLink sees a couple of fortresses, and he is unfortunately still unable to find Bowser. There is not a lot of options left here, and JonnyLink's just got to figure something else out. Okay, JonnyLink going to go ahead and take a frog suit into the army. And yes, warps are disabled. We do not allow our runners to warp, as that's just cheating. This is most like an any percent run, but warps are not allowed because warp whistles aren't even a part of the game at this point. They've all been removed and replaced with other fun items like mushrooms and stars and music boxes. DemonBattler now into 5F2, doing his best to just keep himself safe, and that fireball was super close. But so is that star, and he's now able to get into the fight with Boom Boom. I don't know if he can get the orb here, but we're sure going to cheer. Nope, no orb for him. JonnyLink now into the hand stage. The hand bridge, I guess. There it is. 0 is the correct choice for the Bowser Valley. There is 0 bridges. And incidentally, this is, even though it started off as a much longer seed, JonnyLink has really come back, stormed back, and now 36 minutes in, is into Bowser's castle, and will be fighting Bowser here in just another minute or so. DemonBattler now in the 1.5 beta. We'll see if he opts to go for a tunnel here. JonnyLink unable to get through the top, and he will be going to the bottom path. Takes out a thwomp. Oh my. That's an interesting clip. JonnyLink with an over-the-thwomp clip. And I believe this is going to take him directly into the fight with Bowser. So well played. I think that's a new one for me. But very nicely done on JonnyLink's side. GG's for JonnyLink for sure. And with that, you have your winner of both races today. 2-0, JonnyLink. So excellently done for JonnyLink. That will be your winner of the fight tonight. And that is going to put him into 3-3. He's at 50% now. He took 1 from Tapatio-J. Tapatio-J still has 2 more matches, one with Teeks88, who has been indomitable so far, and DemonBattler, who has run an excellent race so far today. I cannot say enough how much DemonBattler has fought really hard and has done a great job. But with that, we do have our final times tonight. JonnyLink, your winner, at 36:49 as an official time, and DemonBattler, who put on an excellent show, has decided to go ahead and withdraw, as this will be a 0-6 for him as well. But nonetheless, kudos to both of our runners. Get GGs in chat for them. If you haven't already done it, if you've done it again, just get another GG in chat. We really appreciate how well these guys fought, and what an excellent game. We're going to see if we can get them in here for some interviews here in just a moment. But GG's all around to both of our runners. DemonBattler took a couple of gutsy calls. I love it. Absolutely love it. Not something you see all the time, especially in a risky setting like this, but hey, fortune favors the bold sometimes, and I was sure hoping for it too. But either way, excellently done on both sides for both of our runners. And while we are waiting on them to come up and join me on the air, I do want to remind you that tonight in an hour and 37 minutes, we've got Magoo is Adorable versus Jay Coper, Adonarak Rick, and LOC Card Fan on the commentary. An excellent set of runners and commentators, so you don't want to miss it. That's going to be right here on SpeedGaming. Mr. Kofi, really appreciate you as well. Thank you so much or Coffee, however you pronounce that. Thank you for putting that in there. You're amazing. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much for putting the brackets in. And just like that, I've got JonnyLink in the booth with me. Kudos, congratulations, GG, well done.
Hey, thanks so much. Good game. That was a fun one.
You guys both fought tooth and nail from the beginning all the way to the end. I think there was a little bit of rotting differences between the two of you, but you both put on an excellent display. So thank you so much. What an incredible race to watch.
Oh, thank you so much for commentating. I had to go your colors for this race since you were commentating.
Well, I'm certainly honored. The Growlwolf Gray lives on, so thank you so much for that. DemonBattler is here as well. Thank you, DemonBattler, for an excellent run. What are your guys' thoughts?
Oh my god, that second seed was awful.
Much worse than the first one. We got spoiled on the first one.
Oh, definitely. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. After game overing twice on the very first level of the second seed, and saying that they had a fort right afterwards, I was like, I swear, if this is 7-4-2, and I have to play it as Small Mario, I'm quitting right here and now, and just saving myself the hassle. Because it's official. Bloopers are now my least favorite enemy, for good.
Yeah, I second that.
Yeah, they're definitely not fun, and I actually thought that was an interesting play that you did, because the 6-6 I saw come up, and I was hoping that lock was going to be up by the Mushroom House. Unfortunately, it wasn't, but I didn't even notice you had it the way open after that because the lock was broke, and you were able to jump back without playing 6-6. So still a good call either way. You didn't end up having to play 6-6, which I think was probably helpful more mentally than anything.
Right. I will say, though, the first seed was definitely a lot of fun. Like, I definitely made a few routing mistakes, and I definitely had a few early deaths, but overall, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, the first one was fun. The only thing that bothered me about the first seed was Atlantis, as a hand stage on the hand bridge, just would not let me pass. And I didn't know if I had to keep going back and forth to check the lock at the beginning. So after like 5 or 6 times getting pulled in a row, I was like, you know what, I'm throwing on a frog suit, I'm just doing Atlantis.
See, I got lucky. I never actually had to play Atlantis. I never got pulled by any of the hands.
Yeah, I have terrible hand luck, I swear, but that was a little frustrating. But other than that, first seed was really good.
Oh, definitely. And ended up with like 4 hammers at the end of it. Like,
oh yeah, hammers everywhere.
God.
In the second seed, I didn't realize that anchors were clouds until like kind of the end. So I had like from clouds and anchors, I did a fortress in World 2 and just clouded the whole rest of the world.
Yeah, I accidentally burned 2 of them, 2 anchors.
I hate doing that.
Because, well, the first one I didn't realize was a cloud, so I was like, oh, cool, okay. Well, then I remembered, oh, if I'm going to hit the Hammer Brother now, I need to be big. Guess who did not know that using another power-up icon would turn around and clear out the cloud?
Yeah, that's fun.
And then the second time around, I got a new anchor, got desperate for a power-up, and completely forgot about what it was. So I was like, oh, well, okay, there goes catching up in this world then.
Yeah, it's always weird when anchors are clouds. You never know. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna try one, and then, oh, I could have clouded these other levels or whatever. But
yep.
I don't know.
But I mean, that aside, it was definitely a good race in general, so.
Yeah, of course. Thanks so much for the race.
Yeah, and thank you both for the race as well. Group E, that is really getting close to being done. JonnyLink, you're now 3-3, and your hopes for the brackets are still alive. What do you think?
Yeah, I haven't really checked. I know obviously Teeks is moving on. Tapatio and I went 1-1. So I don't know if 3-3 is good enough to move on or not. I think it depends on what Tapatio does. I mean, can there be a tie? I don't know.
Yeah,
I haven't faced Tap yet, so.
Okay.
So chances are, I guess it depends on how many times he ends up beating me, so that'll end up deciding it.
I guess we'll see. Either way, I mean, we just still get to play more Mario 3. That's never a bad thing.
Oh yeah.
Well, and actually, between DemonBattler, you haven't played Tapatio yet, and Teeks hasn't played yet either. So if there's some kind of a split, 2-2, 3-1, 4-0, whatever the case may be, I mean, there's a lot of spread there, and I saw a lot of really, really good things out of you, DemonBattler. So nobody can count you out of this one yet, for sure. And I have no reason to believe that Tapatio J can go. Like, I don't have a guess here. I have absolutely no guess. So, yeah, I think this group is very much alive still to see what happens next.
Yeah, I don't really see, like, I mean, if you go to the challenge bracket or you go to the actual brackets, like, I don't really see the difference. You just still get to play more Mario, so it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I mean, I don't know how many times I've said on the air how close a lot of these matches are. I mean, there's brackets, Challenge Cup. There's going to be an extremely tough road to the finals no matter where you wind up. So, yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, it's good times all around.
Absolutely. Any closing thoughts for our chat here today?
I mean, as usual, thanks so much for the race. Super appreciate the commentary and everyone watching. Like, it's awesome. I can't believe it, and very thankful. Thank you very much.
Yeah, had a good race, had fun, and now to hopefully get Scooby-Doo out of my head.
Apparently, there was a repeat of the theme song in the background, so we still appreciate DemonBattler for putting on an excellent performance despite maybe tumultuous circumstances, but well played indeed.
And that's what happens when you have nieces and nephews. So, but my sanity has been through a lot worse.
Well, there you go. Well, that's all for us right now. I would like to remind you that we do have another race tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern, right here on Speed Gaming. Again, if you're not following all of Speed Gaming, what are you waiting for? There's a ton of really cool things out there. A lot of randomizers, even some that maybe is not your flavor. There's still a lot of fun to watch and tune into. So definitely go check them out. We want to say thank you once again to Speed Gaming for all that you all do behind the scenes, on the scenes, to make the scenes, whatever the case may be. So thank you so much for that. Chat, we wouldn't be here without you, so thank you so much for that. On behalf of the SMB3 Randomizer Tournament and the entire community, this is JonnyLink, DemonBattler, and Grawlwolf saying goodnight. Keep randomizing, keep racing. Take care.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.